to y'all, heirs of our Father's promise. We're here today to speak about truth in what? Truth in your standing, in your posture, your heart posture. And you know why this is important? It's because where you stand at and how you're loyal is your confidence and your faith, meaning you have hope. So you not only have hope in yourself, but you have hope in the only one you should really have hope in. Elohim, but in him, who? Yahushua, Yahusha, in him, Yahuwah, Elohim Adonai. Why is that important? I'm gonna tell you why. When you don't have hope, your faith means nothing. It's like if somebody was to do magic. If they ever did magic without their faith, their magic has no power. You get what I'm saying? That's the reason why your enemies, they congregate. Not only do they congregate and associate amongst many others, it's because your faith is unbreakable. Because you have hope. They try to diminish your hope. They see that that doesn't work. They try to torture you. They try to inflict you. They try to belittle you. They try to scare you. It doesn't work. Your faith is strong, meaning you will die for what you talk about. And they don't know how problematic, right, that can be for their activities. Brothers and sisters, we are the type where, well, if we say that we don't like something, we really don't like it. We'll go by any means to make sure that you understand that we don't like it. But because we're peaceful, that's what we go by. And you know what's even funnier? A lot of people that are considering themselves Christians, right, don't even know that even in the Biblioteca, the Bi-Ble, the history speaks. It speaks about war. That Yahuwah assisted many nations to go to war. So if Yahuwah assisted many to go to war, what does that mean now? That means that we're supposed to be peaceful until the time for war is to come and he shall select us to be at war. Right now we are in a spiritual war and not just a physical war. We're not in a physical war because it's not about the flesh. Yes, we are tempted by the flesh, but we must fight against the fleshly desires. But it's the principalities, the powers, the dominions, and the thrones that surround us. So they use tactics because they don't have any power. They group together because they cannot control you. They cannot have a word of what you say, and they will not have a word of what you say. They could try to tempt you. They could try to scare you. They could try to put things on you to try to control you. They will put things on your head. Have you guys ever been like in a situation where out of nowhere, right? And you could get out the shower. You to wash your hair left and right, back to back, left and right, back to back, all time, always. And you know what happened? Your hair gets itchy. For some reason, you don't got no rash, you don't got no bumps, you ain't got no nothing. That is a sign that there's a specific spirit that is persecuting you. And I'm telling you that because I've experienced it. I already know my Father is going to deliver me from those type of situations because I don't worry about it. It doesn't even bother me because at the end of the day, they don't have any power. They speak because they want to speak. They do all of these things because they feel like they have to do it. They do what they do because they have no power. If their demons is beneath your foot, how is how is it gonna work? You know, one thing that I learned the most is Yahuwah doesn't really deliver us when we want us to. To deliver us at a time when people are literally, they are literally, they are literally not expecting it. That's that, especially in front of your enemies. That's when he delivers you the most. That's when he do the impossible because he wants your enemy to feel shameful. He wants to expose your enemies. You can't call your enemies his enemies because they're not even adversaries. Bars. Oh my goodness. Straight bars. They're not even his adversaries. How is somebody that created your problem to be his equal? It doesn't make sense. So he has the victory regardless. So you are on the winning side. You just gotta look at it like that. That is a mindset. You are on the winning side. A lot of people are given chances so that they can change their heart, their mind, their entire whatever the case is of their life so they can change their heart posture and they choose to pick not that mind because they want to be in a what reprobative mindset. They want to be karmics. They want to be these earthling people that goes through a cycle of being able to live a life and don't even know who Christ really is. But yet they want the attention, they want the glory, they want the honor, but they don't do nothing spiritual that is good at all. They know good, but they don't do good. That's why we're going to be in Psalms 120 and 121. And this is going to be very important. I'm not going to be here all day, but I definitely want you guys to see this. Of course, it's a song of a decree, right? So this means that you're what? You, excuse me. This means that you are pleading out unto Yahuwah, right? So we're going to start. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills from where you'll come from to help me. I know that all my help comes from you, Elohim. I also know that whosoever that is obedient to your words will remain always and will not perish. So here you are ruler of Israel, the ruler that never sleeps. For you are my keeper and my shelter under harsh circumstances. Both the sun and moon will have no effect on me. That and what I mean by that is what the previous statement was talking about. What it says, for you are my keeper and my shelter under harsh circumstances. That means what? Under the heat or the cold? Because under the heat is light. It could be fire. It could be lightning. It could be any element. Under the cold, it could be the same situation. Now in the next statement, it talks about the sun and the moon. A lot of what that's specified is magic. No matter the amount of what people do out here, if it be magic. What does it say? Both the sun and moon will have no effect on me. What happens during the moonlight to animals? Don't they act wild? During the day, that's when the nocturnal are sleeping, or at least that's what they want you to know. During the nighttime, the moon is like a sun to the spirits of the dead. When spirits go into a hiding place, they don't go into a place that just is invisible. No, they have a hiding place, and it's in us. That's why they can walk among us. During the day, they walk among us. So you have to look at it from different perspectives. A body is a place to shelter spirits. It's not just an actual foundation that's physical. So the sun and the moon would not have an effect on you through those altercations, through those alternative options on how these spirits operate. So when you are confident in who you worship, right? Spirits, as far as demonic entities, doesn't matter what variation they come from, no matter the monarchy or the hierarchy of their existence, if it be in the fire, the water, the earth, the air, does not matter what faction they are. When you are confident in who you worship, it doesn't matter how they attack you. If they're beneath your foot, they will always remain beneath your foot. That's just the rules. So do not give them authority. You can be kind, you can be nice, but it doesn't mean that whatever they do will ever work. It never will. And you can tell them this a million times, but they're so stubborn that they will not even be able to understand. See, a lot of people forget that when we are alive, we're not alive because, oh, Yahuwah forgot us, or Elohim forgot about us, or Elohim don't want us to exist. No, we are alive because that is a chance for us to do, to make up all the wrong that we've done, and we can start doing right. Because you think that if somebody says that he is unconditional love, right? Just because you did something wrong to somebody doesn't mean that he's going to take your life away. But that does not mean that he will not, especially because you know that he does not play with his children. He takes his children very seriously. He does not play with his children. He does not play with his children. And he takes them very seriously. Very serious. You can tell anyone a million times, stop doing what you're doing. But they don't even realize that they are alive because that's the option. That is literally the reason why they're alive, because they have what? They were given favors so they can stay alive, so they can change their heart. Because of all the wrong things that they've done, they don't know how much bad will come from for them because they don't know exactly what other people see. It's like talking to a toddler, to a little baby, telling the baby, do not take your hand, do not put your hand in fire. And the baby is like, no, I'm going to keep putting my hand in fire. I like how the fire looks. I don't care if the fire burn me. But then if you lose a hand, if you lose a leg, and then the rest of your body burn off, what other body are you going to have? You're no longer going to have a body. It's just going to burn. That's just how that works. That's why we pray, heirs of our fathers, we pray for people's deliverance. Because our intention is not for people to die, it's for people to learn a lesson. So, yes, you can ask our Father to punish people. That's why I always talk about the buy and the bow. Because the buy and the bow is, like I said, buy and bow. Right? If you know exactly what I'm talking about, you stepped in the right channel. And you can check out the previous videos because I explain all of these things in a very basic way for you to capture this in your mind. And mind you, this is how you know when the enemy doesn't like what you say, is because every time when you do something that has to do with Christ, it has to do with Elohim, right? They start corrupting or they start messing with what you're doing. They would either be your audio, your mic. It would either be the energy, meaning your device was the energy. I don't know, the battery of your device will shorten. The storage will start messing up. The visual will start messing up. This is how I know when I tell something and I say something that is truthful, right? They don't want me to speak about the truth. See, when you talk about things that the enemy does truly, right? That people are not able to see with their own physical eye and they need to have a spiritual eye to see. The enemy does not like that because it messes up their operation. They don't like it. I get visions. I get dreams. I can see a whole lot of stuff that people cannot see. And a lot of the stuff that's going on right now in this world, I've already talked about it in my videos. So for the people that have not seen these things, that's for them to not look at the videos. For those that are watching it, I'm very thankful in Christ because you're watching the videos and you're actually learning something. You can go to school, you can go to college 1,000 times, but you can only learn concepts based on what you can understand. And that's just the truth. What is not meant for you, trust and believe. You can learn it. You can try to go on something that is not meant for you, right? It's like this. It's like this. All right, how can I give an example? All right, the piano, right? I know how to play the piano, right? But let's just say that the next person that had never played a piano before. I grew up with people that knew how to play instruments, right? So I can read. I can. I have a very good ear to how I play instruments. It's not just the piano, but let's just say somebody that had never played the piano before and they learned one song on YouTube or something and they try to play the piano. Now it's not going to be the same because I grew up and it was something that I picked up quite easily. But because it's not something that's common to them, it's going to be way harder. It's going to be way harder. So something that is meant for you will be easy for you, and something that is not meant for you will be hard for somebody else. So a lot of people out here, what they do is they try to take what is meant for you so that it can be easy for them. But they don't know that because it's not meant for them, it will never be theirs. That's what you call an inheritance. That's what you call a gift. An inheritance is given to people that are born to be that inheritance. Meaning, even if that person dies, that inheritance will never be that one. It will go to somebody else that will still fulfill the purpose. And that's just the truth. Because your heart speaks more than your heart speak more than your words. Your physical mouth can talk, but your heart and your spirit it speaks. Because Yahuwah, for in him Elohim, he does not listen to just your words that are coming out of your mouth. He listens to the intentions of your heart. So if your heart is in a bad place, he doesn't even listen to what you're saying. He does not. Like, yes, he hears you, but he doesn't believe you because you're lying. He doesn't believe you because you're lying. And a lot of times, a lot of us, we're lying to ourselves. That's the reason why when we pray, we might get what we want, but that does not mean that that's the spirit of Yahuwah that's giving you what you want. He might allow a demon or a devil or fallen or any entity of darkness to help you get what you want, but you would not think that. Remember, these demons, they bow down before Yahuwah. Before they do anything to you, they need to ask for permission. And that's how the spiritual world works. Meaning everything has a law, everything has an order. I told you guys this in the previous videos as well. There are laws to the spirit. So when somebody is doing something that is against the law of in the spiritual realm, they're gonna get punished. Oh no, they're gonna get punished severely. Not low, not in a low tier, not in a very small level. No, they're gonna get punished severely, and they're gonna be exposed, and they're gonna be exposed. That's why you tell people be careful because there's certain things that you should know, and if you already know and you're still doing it, when you get punished, it's not nobody else's problem because at the end of the day, you knew and you did not take that situation as a result of what you're doing right now. Consequences are very important. It's a cause to an effect. So something that is meant for you will be for you. So when Christ, the eldest son, guides you into the path of you not having no more fear to walk with Elohim, with yourself, with yourself in truth, in actual belief, you will not have no fear, and things will be working out in your behalf without you realizing it. A lot of churches have the spirit of religion. A lot of people get things because they're supposed to, right? Yes, don't get me wrong. You can work for things and do physical things to give you a physical effect. But in the spirit, it means nothing. Because when Christ, when oh man, when Yahuwah gives you something, right? It could be a tornado. The chances of that thing, the chances of that, like let's just say a house, right? If you're gifted with a house and a tornado or a tsunami comes, there is a possibility higher than many other houses, right? That if you were gifted that house, that tsunami or tornado would not move that house. Nothing would break, nothing would move, nothing would be touched amongst all houses. Everything would be perfectly fine. There are higher chances with that happening than anybody else's house. And that's what I mean by the possibility of these things. But let's continue though. This is also Psalms 121, verse chapter 121. I will be preserved by you, Eli, always. My apologies. I will be preserved by you, Eli, away from all evil, and my soul will be kept at peace always. In all I do, I will be like salt unto you. I will be like salt unto you, Eli, forever in all nations of the world, in my coming and departure. All right. And why is that important? Like I said, your loyalty shows exactly how confident you are. So if you're loyal to the wrong people and they're gonna get punished, you're gonna get punished too because they fed you the wrong information and then you took action on it. You didn't wait. You didn't try to assimilate. You didn't try to think about it. You became the problem just like them. So the people that you are around, you assimilate to exactly who they are. You become exactly what they are. If they are low tier trash, and I'm not talking about Caucasian people here because we're all brothers and sisters. I'm not here to put anybody. That's not a term of what I'm speaking about. But I'm just talking about their personal characteristics, their character. If their character is straight trash, you will have a trash character as well. If you're around people that do nothing but what is that? Not murmur. When you talk about other people behind their backs, I forgot what it's called because I don't do it, so I don't really consider that even be a sign. Like I truly don't do it. I don't even like. There are a lot of men out here that there's a word I was gonna say it too. I think it starts with G or maybe a W. Doesn't matter. But there are men that do that. There are women that do that. That's why I said to never talk about your brethren. If you got a problem with somebody, pull them to the side and talk to them directly. Because what is that called? False accusation. You're pointing fingers at somebody that you know you could help, but you choose not to. What is it called? I know the word, but it's just not popping up right now. But it always going to pop up though. Rumors. But that spread rumors. That's not the word. That's not the word, but it definitely defines the word properly to a certain extent. Rumors. Rumors. Got other people that are nosy. A lot of you gotta know this. People that are nosy first are the first people that spread rumors. That's just a simple fact. In the equation of all mathematics, one and one is going to be benefactor. Is going to be a benefactor to this specific solution, regardless. Regardless, you got to know that. So it doesn't change nothing. Okay? So we're gonna start. This is gonna be Psalms 120. Alright? Also a song of decrees.
In my distress.
I cried unto you, Eli, and you heard me.
So deliver my
Soul, Eli, from lies and my deceptions. For I shall give unto you
what will you want me to do?
with myself my majesty, with words greater than all, in all that sticks forever. What does
I
that mean?
mean,
With
with
words greater than all, in all that sticks forever.
that means that when our Father
To say something is endureth, meaning endureth means it lasts forever, and it has a great effect in everything. So throughout generations, from the past, the present, and the future, it affects everything.
all right, it is me
Journeying to Misak, Misash. I don't know how people else would pronounce it. Misash, right? Misash, Misech, Misech. I'm just gonna say that Misech.
Sech. Some people they will say Misak, but
It doesn't matter. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here all day trying to pronounce this one word. MESE.
ch Misak. For I would dwell
In the tents camping along Kendar.
Kendar.
My soul has ceased by those that are toxic. For I am for peace, and they bring nothing but antics of war always. So be careful of the traits of the people that you're around. Meaning,
When somebody is toxic,
they cannot look for peace. Doesn't matter through a conversation, them just
being
being
by
by themselves.
themselves, there's always going to be drama.
Drama, always. That's the first sign of demonic, what is it called? Surroundings. Because
In the biblioteca, right? In
throughout the history, all Paul, Peter, Saul, right? It doesn't matter. They were not rich. None of them were. They didn't walk around with billions of dollars. They didn't do none of that. And what was the words that they were saying? All of the things that is monitored right now, that is, I mean monetized right now, is based off of what?
money. That's
That's
the
the
reason.
reason why people are dying every day. People can, you can go to work, but what is really work?
Is your life worth work?
Work, mind you, we are in an economy, so that means economy and politics. Economy means what? Politics. So people are playing money game to what? To shorten the dispense of your time, because what is the main thing in this world that we're given? We're given time. Because with time comes a disposition. So a depth of when time will end for us, or for a specific thing. That's why we have light and we have vibration. So they take your time
To run you out of
and your own clock for an exchange of money, capital. That's exactly the life that we're living in. We are doing everything that we want, right? That's the reason why people are worshiping Mammon more than they're worshiping Yahuwah. Because why? They value their money more than themselves. Going to church does not make you a Christian, because a lot of people go to church and they still end up going out here shooting people. They still end up going out here selling drugs, and not even marijuana. They go out here selling cocaine, crack, amphetamine,
fentanyl.
all of the stuff out here that is just straight buck wow. Reindeer ears.
A horn.
I don't know if you know anything about that, but growing up, I'm a chemist, right? So certain things I definitely do know, and certain things I just don't know. Meaning I could come up to a realization on whatever element is, right? But it doesn't matter. There's just so much things going on right now where like, fam, money. Remember, I put this in my previous videos, right? I said that um, there are a lot of pastors that go to school to become pastors. All of this school stuff, that's where it starts at. All of this, because a lot of people that go to school, they make themselves higher tiers of people when they can be really good at talking. They can be really good at giving excuses as to what something could mean.
But at
At the
the
end
end
of
of the
the
day,
day, they are spiritually disconnected. I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying some people. A lot of people that go to college, right? They're more in alchemy and philosophy than they are spiritually and in nature. You got to think about it like this. There are a lot of people that become doctors that know exactly the pledge that they take. Surgeons and all of these things, pharmacists, they know exactly what is the truth. They know exactly how things are operating, and they don't dispel none of this information to nobody.
like cancer, like
We are donating to charities, non-profit businesses, right? That when for cancer, right? I'm not saying out here that it's not good to help cancer, people, patients, right? But there are, yes, surgery, is important in life, but there when you know chemistry, right?
and you understand chemistry, right? And not only chemistry,
You realize that biology tells you a lot about, biology tells you a lot. Biology tells you a lot about everything that you really are living in the life with. Like, literally, it tells you a lot about yourself. Biology. So when you understand the purpose of plants and fruits, right? Vegetation, crops, right? That grow naturally to suffice exactly your existence for all minerals that can literally heal you within weeks.
weeks of any illness that you are probably
You know, a, a contracting, go to the hospital. You live with
about
a
with a
new
new problem.
problem. Now you probably become a drug addict because whatever that they pump into you
It's just so good to
to your body that your body is just like, we need more. But yet we abandon
abandon, you know,
the natural, holistic ways and stuff like that. I'm not saying go out here just because there's also a dark rabbit hole to holistic adaptions, right? Because there's certain, like, anything, too much of anything is problematic. That's what I'm trying to get to you guys at mainly. Too much of anything is problematic. We like that when you look at the 1800s, right? The 1900s, right? Yes, there was a lot of problems, but there was still more order than it was problematic issues going on ahead. Kids were more obedient.
obedient.
There weren't all of these extra stiffness where people are just
Just being pungent on titles.
because now we're fighting over titles and the actual reality of people being. That's just the truth. All of these non-profit, all of this, fam. We literally are people are. When you watch my previous videos,
You will literally see at like if
even the ones that are quiet, right? Even the ones that are quiet, right? You can
literally
literally
see
you can imagine what I'm basically giving you here.
and even with the Diddy situation, how everything
Is a hoax. We are literally sitting here every single day. Like, I'm not one of the type of people where, like, I play chess. right? And I like to play chess with people. Like I want to manipulate people. No, like I'm very good at chess. I let people win chess because there are people that are really smart out here that don't know how, that don't need to know how other people, how smart other people really are.
That's how you play real.
Chess because you don't need to know, you don't need to know exactly what I know. Chess is not about always winning. And that's the truth because sometimes you have to lose to understand exactly who you're winning against.
As long as you're not
Losing everything, you're just losing what you allow yourself to lose, then it should be good.
losing, because the rest will make sense at the end. Bars. Oh my goodness. Oh, bars.
But okay, I ain't gonna talk about it too much.
Like, that's just how it is.
There are people that are really good on the actual board, and there are people that are not that good in real life, where they can be good
Because they understand certain things, but then when it comes to applying it, they're not.
that well, and they're not that good at it.
Like, when you really
Realize that there are people that are very stubborn when they
play
play chess.
chess, you have people that
That are fluid, right? When it comes to being able to move
move with the flow when it comes to chess, meaning they can see the hesitation in certain parts, you know.
in advancements, if you got the rear, if you got the side, it's like war. But then you have, like when people play chess, you have people that are very fluid in the game. But then as far as motion and reality, they're very stubborn. They don't know how to not be stubborn. So they start moving thinking that they have the upper hand, but then they don't know exactly how much of a disadvantage their upper hand is actually going to get them at. So they think that when by them doing this, by them doing that, and because somebody's not reacting, you know, a certain way that they should be reacting more than what they want, right? They catch tantrums,
Tantrums.
you know,
And these things happen quite more.
more often than we think because there is always somebody on your behalf that's always watching you.
Always. You could tell them a million times.
But it's their choice to listen or not.
It could be through spiritual, astrological.
Logical manifestations.
It
It
could
could
be
be
through magic, right?
it's still the same thing. It could be
Through virtual
encounters. It can be through physical
cool encounters where people.
people could put a mask on, and yes, body mask, skin mask, all of these things mask related.
And if you don't think that it's not.
True, please go out there. And the first thing that I will tell you is when you can tell when somebody's wearing a mask, right? When you look at their eyes, like really
Look at their eyes.
look at somebody's eyes, and you. I know it's not always easy when you meet certain people,
Right? But look at somebody's eyes.
and look at their lips,
Look at their eyes, their lip,
from their nose to their ears,
their eyes.
their lips. That would tell you a lot about people. How also people speak, the tone of how things are being pronounced or being projected out of their mouth. It always makes sense, no matter what.
I give hints in everything that I say.
Say.
So every time when I.
I say something, and I'm not saying that I'm not one of them. I'm just saying, but I give hints to everything that I say in such a way where like you would be able to understand it.
And it's not a hoax. It's not.
It's called damage control. There's so many things out here that
Your. I wouldn't even.
say your government,
Your own.
neighborhood. There are people that are on all these projects that are just
Literally,
literally
you would have
an agent just across
across the street from you, listening to you through sound devices.
sonar devices. Let alone they might be looking at you through your camera.
So when your camera
Your mic is not functioning properly, and there's nothing nothing wrong with your device, right? And like I said, there's nothing wrong with your device, right? That's because there's an interval, right, of a situation where somebody is probing on your device, listening to you at the same time. Yes, they might, and like I told you guys about the previous videos that I made. None of my like when you listen to the past when you listen to the past 5 days of the videos that I've been making, my audio has not been messing up, and I've been literally doing like setting it up the same exact way to a point where there shouldn't be
No
no
problems. I keep
measurements on exactly everything that I do.
just because I don't talk about everything.
Everything doesn't mean because I talk a lot. I'm the type obviously I talk a lot, but I'm the type of person where I don't usually like make it hard for me to understand. I make it easy for me to understand.
Understand? Yes, it might be complicated.
For other people to understand, but
It's not that complicated.
I've been on this journey for a while, to a point where a lot of things that I have been saying, I've been told to calm down because there's sometimes I might speak the truth of what certain things of people
Should
should
not
not
know,
know.
and I speak on those things, but it's more so because
I
I
talk a lot, but I had to learn to stop talking about certain things, so I keep those certain things to myself. I keep
pin
it
in the
in
locket in
my
my mind.
mind with a key and a lock, and I shut it down because there's even chemical trails that they're
Able
able to
to pick up on to see the reaction of what you
could possibly be thinking about. And those are radioactive chemical trails that
are
they're using.
using.
And those are through your devices. Let me put it
Like
like
this,
this: if they can have a camo, right, or what they call it, something vision, a night vision goggles, right? Let's just say that they can make any
type
type
of
of device
device,
that can, for sure,
sure, understand your capacity of
thought,
thinking.
for sure. It can be even through your
Microwave,
through your refrigerator,
through your dishwasher, through your washer, your dryer.
dryers, and it's not hard, literally.
That's why
I stand on here all the time and I talk to you guys because it's becoming not even a joke anymore. And certain things,
when you get tired of certain things,
right, in life, you get to understand exactly what people talk about because you can see it in your daily life.
life.
You can be somewhere, right? There was no insects, there's no food for
Animals to be around, and all you see is birds just sitting there, just looking at you. Not.
not just minding their business, just minding your business. Like you, the moment you look at the window, that same bird is just sitting there
Or
for
for a good minute.
maybe not no hours, but they be there for a good minute. You see signs,
Signs.
insects, animals, people, devices. When your vibrations is high, remember what I told you: higher density, lower mass.
I don't just say that
For
for
nothing.
every word that I say out of my
My mouth, it has a purpose to exactly what you are in life and who you are in life. So can we stop worrying about you know canceling out artists and all of these celebrities because in
reality,
reality, what
what
are
is
they
it?
really gonna do? They got money.
And because you give that money power,
They can literally
really finesse you, forswaggle you, and you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know
you
who's
wouldn't
in.
even know whose team,
You wouldn't even know who's in who team. You're just gonna know that something happened.
and that's it.
Something happened. That's it. You wouldn't even know. Fuego.
You persuade.
You got Fuegoed because 50,000 people.
No, not even 50. Because like 40 people to a couple hundreds of people have talked about this specific topic. Now you believe it. Like I said, stop following the trends. If the trends say
That's literally setting a lot of these people up,
and I'm not talking about the celebrities. I'm talking about y'all.
brothers and sisters.
You gotta remember this when you watch. Let me give you a clue on how you can watch YouTube, TikTok, whatever that you watch, TV channel, cable, whatever.
Use whatever. This is what you should like. The first thing you should put in your mind: is this true or not?
Right? Or should I care or not? How should I care, and why should I care? Is it affecting the main
Important things that are really creating problems in this world.
How many people should care about this? Where this where
Where does the care? Where did the care come from? And I'm not talking about you.
I'm talking about exactly why do people care about it in the first place? Who was
It's involved for it to even be something important at this level.
a lot of times we go and approve other people's, you know,
Suspicions. Like when I talked about the Diddy situation.
Mrs. Kathy, the young woman,
This happened. The video
video been already been broadcasted a long time ago. I don't know if that's his house or an apartment or a hotel, whatever the case is. But happened a long time ago. The FBI when they raid your house, there's certain regulations or CIA
I when those departments or whatever
unit, right? They raid your house. I don't really care much about their names.
I could really go in my book and do the flipping, but there's no reason for me to worry about that right now since we're on the actual narrative.
When they raid your crib,
Or anything that they find,
if there's a case that has already been closed,
unless there's somebody that made a specific call or
that came up front to speak about a situation, and they were very truthful
and they showed evidence of these,
things because
they set up that man. The only way, the only way that
that anything will ever really matter where the any of those units can
show a videotape like that is if that person gave them permission.
it will be illegal.
It's like me going to
The bank taking $100,000 out of the bank because of a situation, and let's just say that the person might, mind you, right, the case has already been closed, so
they don't have any right,
to like they could raid his house.
but the man is not in jail.
And he came out and issued an apology. I'm just saying, y'all. Like, listen, I'm just saying here, y'all. Like, y'all got to start really watching what you guys are watching. You guys got to really start watching what you're watching. People, and it's so funny because he never lied to anybody. He never said that he didn't do it.
He just did not justify what other people.
Questions were about him. This is what
Your celebrities that you idolize,
that you watch, that you just
you know, do the Harlem Shake and everything.
everything about, right? They would not lie to you. They would tell you the truth in your face.
That's the policy of the number.
One thing, they can't lie about nothing. And if it's not about that, it's more so like they can't really not tell you the truth, but they're not going to tell you the full truth. What's his name? The one that killed his wife. He didn't really say he didn't kill his wife. Even in court, he laughed and smiled about it menacingly. And you telling me, I just be over here just looking at people like, yo,
This is the same people you guys are spending your money on. Like,
first thing that you need, like, if you want to cut off the media,
cut off the media from its source itself, the money.
when you cut somebody off of their money, especially the
People
people
that
that
only rely off of their,
money,
they ain't gonna have nothing else. So when you play a chess game with people that are playing chess games, right? You gotta know.
it's like going to a nation, you starting war in a nation. You don't just hit a nation and say, oh, I got a nuke, I'm just going to throw it at you. You don't know exactly what the other nation got prepared. So
What you do, you deplete some aspect of their resources, their control, their influences. You deplete it. Just like a Trojan horse. You don't destroy a nation from without, you destroy it from
within,
you make it weak.
just simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people got to understand this. You're going to be blocking celebrities. What is that really going to do?
What is it going to do?
You base your life off the money that they make, that they feed you the narrative of. And with this narrative, that's what you consist yourself of a life, of living based off a piece of paper.
Paper.
It's like, you worry about who's wearing Calvin Klein, Gucci, Louis, you know, I don't even remember the names of the other brand because I don't really care for real like that. Cause Balenciaga, 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 Balenciaga. I got a cigar, like fam.
Some of these people are culture vultures.
Legitimately, yes.
Adidas. Well, I didn't.
I don't know if Adidas is a vulture culture, but
As far as
you know,
Louis, Gucci, all of them,
ancient Egyptian, they come from the paintings.
it's the walls, and
There's
it's
nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying. Same people that told you that Egyptians they were white. No
back
disrespect.
to my Caucasian brothers and sisters out here, but we're just gonna be speaking the truth. All right.
Just saying. I'm not out here to be disrespecting nobody, but when you know something that is
It's the truth, and you gonna speak about it. You're not going
going to hold your tongue because at the end of the day, people need to
to
hear
hear
it.
this. Money that
Like the movies that we watch, repetitive cycle.
the cities that we're building, repetitive cycle. When you look at a motherboard and
When
you
you look at the cities that we're
living
living in,
in, it looks like the same thing, like a chip.
realistically, hey, it's macro to micro on a larger scale than what you can even think
Think
of.
of.
I want you guys to understand this. Why do you think there's the 5Gs, the 4Gs, the 3Gs, the 2Gs? Like,
Like, please think about what I'm telling you.
you guys, like, bro, I'm not gonna be saying too much on here, but I'm telling you guys a lot of stuff off of certain words and terms. And what do we do here? We
Do I research?
on what words, double spellings, reverse, all of these things. I tell you guys a whole lot. You know what they consider a whistleblower?
Somebody that tells.
That tells the truth. To understand what's above is also below. What's below is also above.
So when you hear about these
These ships sinking and they don't never
never
be
be
found,
found, not even
in
in
the bottom of the of the What did I just say? Do you think that Leviathan and all of these creatures really don't exist?
Exist
They tell you they barely found certain proportions and ratios of the
of the
deep.
deep.
If you really want to know what the 16, 15, 1400, that's the 14,
Yes, like the 14.
14, the 1400th century, 1300th century, the 1200th century,
If you really want to know what they look like,
look at your mountain. Really look at your mountain. What happens to life after a while when it's been in water, in salt water?
it becomes granite, becomes rocks.
It petrifies. So if everything, if there were more trees back then, right? Because it
Explaining the time of Noah.
hmm, hmm, I don't talk about too much.
Much, bro. Because I've been telling y'all
A whole lot. I'm telling you guys a whole lot. And none of these things are
conspiracies.
that's the reason why
Why they will never
I tell you that it's a lie. And is something that can be proven. Is it really
consider
considered?
it a conspiracy.
Have you personally
Only look what a microscope is.
made of? Have you personally took a
Microscope apart, and have you personally took a microscope apart
apart and looked at it?
thoroughly?
Look at it. You tell me exactly what
What
you
you
see.
looking at,
When they talk about watches, I want you to think about an open door.
right? When people talk about watches,
I want you to look at it. I want you to think about an open door. I want you to think about an open door or some type of open gate. This is just an image for you
you
to
to
see.
take and picture in your mind.
I'm
Not
not saying that it is.
exactly what I'm telling you, but it's just an image. An open gate where, like, have you ever seen an igloo, right? But cut the igloo in half,
And you just stack it up to make a dome. And you got something to give it a whole bunch of, mind you, something that does not have heat. What happens to the heat? What happens to the water? It
becomes
becomes cold.
cold.
It becomes cold.
So more heat, that's cold.
And where does the sun rise from? And where does it set at?
And
Why is it that the
the treaty was made in a place where nobody can go to.
I really hope that
It doesn't even matter because they not gonna do anything to me or this video. They already did enough as it is. I'm not anxious about much, but
I'm going to definitely close this
video
video
with love. You guys Don't be toxic.
Please don't be toxic. People care about you.
First thing you need to do, care about yourself. Make decisions of what you care about. Don't be toxic.
The more you toxic,
The more you're going to be dealing with stuff that you don't have to deal with. There are people that can help you. You got to let them help you.
you're gonna know the
People that are there for you. Somebody can play a character, but they can't play a character for so long.
eventually.
Their true character is going to show. And when that happens, ooh, it's nasty works out here.
When that happens, straight nasty work.
Works
They turn into the devil's.
themselves.
So if you don't even
Know
know
Christ like that, but you're feeling the urge to know him better because you probably watched this entire video,
I want you to do something. If you don't even trust it,
but you just like my content or whatever. I just want you to do something. Pray
pray one time.
one time.
Use any of these songs.
Um, any of these psalms, what's the best way to say that? It's chapters for like per video that I've been making, and just pray. Use any of them. Pray.
If prayer is
Not
not
just closing your eyes. It's a place inside your heart. Remember what I said? Yahuwah does not answer us through our prayers for those that are not speaking truth. Because if your heart is not in truth, it just will not relevate to his ears. He can hear you, but he's not going to do anything about it in the way that you want.
just pray. There are people out here that pray for you.
Every single day. You might not even be you might not even know each other. You might be cool with people, you might not be cool, whatever the case is, right? You might be family, you might be friends, acquaintances, maybe somebody to come in your future. Who who knows?
Just pray. You have no idea what's gonna happen.
But I do have belief and hope in you.
Not my person. My person will come eventually one day.
But
For those,
out here that are in relationships, friendships, acquaintanceships, family ships, anything ship related, that you're gonna have people in your circle.
you must always pray.
Pray for them. Have hope for them. Know that the hope is gonna be true. Know that the hope is gonna be real. Know that the hope can help them because hope
Without hope,
is no true faith.
people can live however they want to live.
Live. They can make jokes on however they want to make jokes on.
But if you don't have somebody to tell you,
I believe in you. I trust you. I have faith in you. I know that you're able to surpass the limits of what those demons are doing to you. Have faith. Have hope. If you need somebody to talk to, comment section.
got any questions, comment.
Section. I respond to everybody. Doesn't matter who you are. I will respond to you.
If I don't respond with words,
And I just give you a like, that's probably because you didn't really give me anything for me to really respond to. I might just say thank you, appreciate it, whatever the case is. And I'm very forward and direct and also respectful and loving. Because I love all of you. And this is not my channel, this is our channel. That's why I don't sell no information. I don't become a bigot of, all of these dumb stuff, because it's only W's out here because everything is transparent.
no matter how people think about stuff in life, it's just is. I'm a one thing I learned about myself, I'm very what's the word?
I could be unintelligent, right? But I'm not. So one thing we gotta understand is intelligence is understanding. So when you have patience, that means what? You're able to stand to understand. Meaning you're able to stay to understand. You stand to understand. You stand to understand. You have the patience to be able to stay so you can stand exactly what you need to understand.
The capacity. I'm patient. Sometimes
You have we
we all have this.
thought that comes in our mind where we feel like we're making the wrong choices, but then we feel also the other side where we feel sheltered and we might make the right choices because of how our heart. Go with your heart. Go with your heart. If you are blaming anybody, if you feel like you're doing anything to anybody, 9 out of 10 you're doing something wrong to somebody. If you feel like you're doing something wrong to somebody, you're doing something wrong to somebody. And trust and believe. It doesn't matter if it's me or anybody else on here. If we are all true heirs of our Father's promise, we're gonna forgive you. But you gotta forgive yourself first. It doesn't seem like you forgive yourself. So please forgive yourself. Then pray and ask for forgiveness. If you feel like you need to respond, I'm not gonna say so. If you want to send a donation, whatever, whoever you are in this life, whatever the case is, brothers and sisters, whoever you are, if you want to, that's fine. I don't know how. I should probably stop putting my cash app or whatever. I don't. Do I even use my cash? No, I don't. I don't really care for real. But yeah.
Just saying, honestly, just saying, like toxic stuff, like
Like, just stop being reluctant to your own calling. There's so much false things going on right now where like people are believing prophecies that are not real. What you see in your dream, what
you know, people don't have to tell you.
you know. Because in your heart also tells you what you know. Stop letting people influence your choices. You have a choice, and you can be protected by the choice that you make. There are people that are waiting for you. People that are waiting for you to come back home, and you're just not making the right choice because you're afraid. Stop being afraid. You're not alone, whatever the case is. Make the right choice. Follow your heart. Ask the Holy Spirit and pray. Right. Love you all. This goes for every last one of you.
I'm tired.
As over here is very early but late at the same time. You could tell because my eyes are getting low and it looks like I was smoking straight pot. Call me Harry. The way I'm doing magic out here. Oh, stop. Ah. But it doesn't matter though. All right. Yeah. I love you all. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, I hope that you guys can come to understand that. And if you're in a relationship, stop being toxic. I'm tired of seeing single mothers out here with just babies and no fathers in their life or husbands. I'm tired of seeing that. Same thing with you men. I'm tired, brethren. I'm tired of it. We all need to step into this thing together. This is definitely High School Musical. We all need to step into this thing together because it's definite. It's an indefinite situation where we have to. We have to. We have to become better.
We have to become men for the men that our fathers could not be.
For the men that they were not even given the opportunity to be. We
We have to be those men
have for the new generation. And the same thing for women, sisters.
be the women that
You will want your daughter to be,
be the mother that you will want,
want your sister to be,
the mother that you will want to be.
somebody to be to your granddaughter.
Understand? I think
It's very acceptable of words of choice. I hope you guys understood. Much abundance. Love to you.
um,
I know the topic was a little bit disorderly, but it's fine because I got exactly the narrative of what I wanted to say, and not really my choice, more so of what was led for me to say and to speak. I don't really have nothing else when I talk about these things, majority of the time I'm on topic, majority
I mean, I was slightly off topic this time, but it was
still relevant to a certain extent. I don't have a whole prompt or nothing written down, none of this stuff around here, none.
this is the dome, the spirit, the
Heart,
heart.
all in one. So I want you guys to understand much abundance to you, much love to you. Um, yeah, much love to you, much I would say prosperity, but success to you, victory.
Know your crown.
Know your royalty.
Know other people that are royal.
Royal. We're walking with a crown. We represent our Father. We are the image of our Creator. And this is the new world for us. It wasn't made for those demons, those devils, those fallens. It was made for us.
That's why we're here.
We're here to reclaim the throne.
War is coming for people, family. Okay, I'm just here to remind you.
I love you.